Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. Now today's reading is a general reading for all of the signs for February 2019. For the reading, I will be using the Crystal Visions Tarot deck. If I need to clarify anything, I will use the Zillich Tarot. And I also pull additional oracle cards from the Sacred Traveler deck and the Soulful Woman deck. Just a reminder, these are general readings, so the messages may or may not resonate. The only way to get a truly personalized reading would be to order a private reading from me. If you're interested, all of the information can be found in the description box below this video. And I would just like to give a big thank you to everybody who have, all of the people who have been subscribing, sending, leaving the comments, sending me emails, ordering the private readings. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. All right, so I will stop for now, and we'll see you in 1 second for your reading. Hi, Capricorn. Hope you're doing well. I'm here to get into your reading. As you can see, I've shuffled off camera and laid this spread, try to save a little bit of time. So let's get started. You have at the center of your reading, Major Arcana number 1, the Magician. And what's helping or hindering the Magician, you have Major Arcana number 12, the Hangman. And it's interesting because I've said this in some of the other videos, but I've had a lot of repeating cards, a lot of kind of similar messages. So I would definitely encourage you this month to watch not just your sun sign, but also your moon and rising. Similar messages, but with the Magician crossed by the Hanged Man, there's manifestation. So there's something that you're trying to, manifest, to bring into being, to bring here into the material realm. But there might be a delay. This, as you kind of move through the month of February, this manifesting, it might not actually take place until, later on in the month, but you definitely have this very powerful, energy surrounding you. So what is it that you want to manifest this month? For some of you, this could be a new job. For others, this could be a new relationship. For others, this could be, something on the creative front. The Magician holds all of the tools. So this could be, it can play out in any area of your life, whether this is relationships, work, creative projects, just your life in general. The Magician has everything, that it takes to make these things happen, to bring them into reality, right? It's think of the ace, and you do have an ace here in your spread, but he's like the ace of the Major Arcana. So it's a very powerful energy. And, the only thing here sort of helping or hindering is the Hangman. And the Hangman can be, a delay. But just understand that if there is some type of delay in whatever this new thing is that you're trying to manifest, it's divinely guided. So there's divine orchestration at play, divine timing at play. Things don't always happen in our time, right? We might want them to, but they don't. And also, can see that, by surrendering and being in this upside down position, he's gaining a perspective that if he were right side up, he definitely would not have, right? He's seeing things in a completely different way. So there could be some type of enlightenment surrounding this as well. There could be something coming to light, seeing something from a different perspective, needing to gain a new point of view, or how you're looking at a situation. You might need to get have a different, maybe take on a different way of thinking about something. Now in the deep past, and obviously time is quite fluid. I mean, not everybody's going to listen to the reading at the same time. So for some of you, this could have already happened. For others, this might be happening around the beginning of February. But you have the energy of the 9 of Wands. And this is, the Suit of Wands, it deals with the day-to-day matters in life. So we usually think of, the work that we do. It can be business ventures, creative projects. And then it's our own drive, ambition, determination for doing the things that we do. And the woman on this card, it looks as though she's just taking a rest here, right? She's sitting down. She has her lion next to her. Looks as though she might be tired. She's just decided to, kind of take a rest. But actually what she's doing is, she's very aware of what's going on around her. She's planning her next steps. So you might have, in the deep past, you might have been doing a lot of sort of soul searching, of planning, of reflecting. It is kind of a defensive energy as well. It can be. So, it's like, there's one last obstacle that I have to face. What else do I need to, what else is going to come up that I have to get through to get me to the 10 of Wands? Because this is nearly an ending, right? Nines in the tarot, it's like you're nearly at the 10 of Wands. And the 10 of Wands is an ending. It's an ending, a particularly, tiring, difficult ending to a situation. And it's like you're nearly there, but you're kind of on the defensive. You're planning, strategizing, right? You're very aware of what's going on around you as you take this break, right? As there might be this waiting period. You're using this waiting period to reflect on, to do this planning and the next steps. And, and if there is, if I am trying to begin this new phase and something, this last snag, this last thing comes up that I have to deal with, how am I going to deal with that? What do I need to do? So it's that type of energy. In the recent past, you have the 10 of Pentacles. So, for many of you, you could have been experiencing, maybe financially things are quite good for you, right? Maybe you're feeling very secure. This could be job security. This could be, a great focus on your home, your family. The Suit of Pentacles, obviously you are an earth sign, Capricorn. This is earth energy, and it has to do with, the tangible things here in the material realm. So the work that we do, the money that we earn, our home, family, resources, financial stability. Sometimes the 10 of Pentacles is referred to as the inheritance card. So for some of you, there could have been an inheritance coming in, property passed down. It doesn't have to be though, right? It's just this idea of, all of you see all the pentacles surrounding this woman. There's this castle in the background. So, to get to the point that she's at, this didn't happen overnight. This took a long time, put, lots of hard work and effort, working very diligently, saving, planning. So it's, it is a very stable energy. So for some of you, this could be within your home. For others, this could be within the workplace. Maybe you've kind of been at a job for a long time. You've managed to, get to the kind of the top, or you're making a good, good salary. There's a lot of financial security. So that's good, right? But it's like, even though you have this, it's like good energy, right? Of the 10 of Pentacles, it's like there's something that's kind of not, I don't want to say not quite right, but it's like you're wanting something, right? You're wanting to manifest. What is it that you're wanting to bring in? And you have crowning you the Page of Swords. Sometimes this page can be, kind of like a little pessimistic, so news coming in, not always good news, doesn't have to be bad news, but, and it sits here in the crowning position. It could be a person. When we have court cards appear in a reading, they can be people playing a significant role. And you have a couple of court cards. Actually, you have the Page of Swords, and then coming up in the near future, you have the King of Swords. So, younger air energy, older, more mature air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But I usually view pages more as, just they're bearers of news, bring in messages. And, the Suit of Swords, air energy, it deals with with the mind. It's the suit of the intellect. It's where we come up with our ideas. It's also how we get those ideas across to other people. And you see that, you know, she's sitting there. Again, it looks as though she's sort of waiting. She's seated, but she has her sword drawn. And usually, you know, she's quite intelligent. So, you know, if there is something that has to be figured out, she's usually pretty good at doing that, right? At using her intellect, at coming up with a solution, thinking of, you know, a way of doing something. But on, you know, the negative side, it can be, you know, a little, sometimes, you know, words might be a little cutting. There might be news. It might not be that great, but, you know, more than anything, this card has to do with kind of putting words into action. You know, it can be coming up with a new way of thinking. We have, you know, a little bit of that with the Hangman, but it's practical thinking, putting sort of our words into action. Now, the King of Swords, this could be a father figure, could be the father of your children if you're married, could be, could just be an older air sign. And he's usually, again, as the suit of swords, he's usually somebody who uses his words. He gives good advice. He can at times be, you know, like a lawyer, gives legal advice. He can also, he's very rational, right? He uses his intellect. If there's a discussion or a disagreement, he's very good at using his words to sort of diffuse the situation. So he's very rational, very smart. You know, could be any other profession that uses the knife. So, you know, can be dealing with somebody in the military. Could be like a doctor, you know, or a dentist, somebody who uses or where there's, you know, a knife is kind of prominent, but he's very intellectual. So if this is a person, again, this could be taking on, or this could be you taking on the energy of this King of Swords to come up with a very, you know, or taking a very rational approach to dealing with a situation, right? Keeping a cool head. For others, you could be seeking legal counsel. There might be a situation if you are starting up your own business, you could be seeking legal counsel, right? Trying to figure out how you go about doing that. For others, you could be dealing with a lawyer on a, you know, legal proceeding, something along those lines. But if this is just you, it's you being very rational, right? Keeping a cool, sort of even, a cool head about whatever it is that you have to deal with. Now, you appear as the moon, major arcana number 18. And in your environment surrounding you, you have the Ace of Swords. So kind of, I feel like, slightly opposing energies, because the moon is very much about using your intuition, right? It's that feeling. It's trusting in the messages that come through in these different ways, right? So this isn't like your rational mind. This is paying attention to, you know, your gut feeling, paying attention to your intuition, the messages that you might receive at night in your dreams, right? Obviously, the moon card is very much linked with the subconscious, with the dream state. So, you know, paying attention to any messages you might, throughout the whole month, right, as you appear here as the moon, you might be experiencing, you know, heightened dreams throughout the month. So definitely pay attention to those. It might be a good month to keep a dream journal. Jot down, you know, the key things as soon as you wake up in the morning. What do you remember? Jot those down, and then see as you move through the day or through the week, month, how those things might help you figure something out, or how they might kind of tie in with what's going on around you. The moon can also have to do with hidden things, so secrets. So for some of you, you know, whatever this is that you're trying to manifest, that you have that you're trying to, you really want to have this new beginning, especially with this Ace of Swords, there might be, something hidden about it. It might not be bad, right? You might have to keep a secret. You might be, whenever I say keep a secret, it doesn't mean that it's like a bad thing. You could be planning like a surprise party, right? Or you could be planning a surprise trip somewhere. So you might have to keep things kind of secretive. That's what I mean when I say there might be a secret. But the moon also, whereas the sun, and you actually have the sun in your spread, but whereas the sun comes out to illuminate, right? To clarify, to bring clarity, the moon casts shadows. Yes, there's light, we have moonlight, but it casts shadows. And so in order to figure things out, we have to use our intuition. We have to pay attention to, the signs, synchronicities coming through. Now, surrounding us, this Ace of Swords, this is very different. This is clarity of mind, right? Aces are sort of the universe extending this brand new opportunity. They're new beginnings, new cycles. They're blessings from the universe. If there's something you've been waiting for an answer on, the ace comes out to say yes, whatever the question was, you have this big yes here. This card also has, you see there are all the butterflies flying around. So, really speaking of new beginnings, change, metamorphosis, and swords energy, clarity of mind. So new thoughts, new ways of thinking about something. Could be that epiphany, that sort of aha moment that you need to move forward, to manifest, to figure something out. And so you have that surrounding you. So it's kind of like you have the best of both worlds here. You have this clarity of mind, mixed together with you very, very intuitive and really paying attention to and utilizing your intuition this month. Now, your hopes and fears, you have Major Arcana number 19, the Sun, and the outbound energy. And this card has been coming out for so many of the signs. You have the Eight of Wands. And from the bottom of the deck, the overall energy for the entire month, you have the Ten of Cups. So, beginning here, hopes and fears, the dream, hopes and fears with the Sun, what you're hoping for is for everything to work out. You're hoping for, everything to go as you would like for it to go. The Sun is probably the most positive card in the entire deck. And, this can have something to do with your family, your children. We also have children over here. So this could be something to do with your children, right? Whatever this is that you're trying to manifest, it could be a strong connection to your children. Again, we have the butterflies, this beautiful, this change, growth, rebirth, regeneration. And the Sun, it's vitality, it brings life, it's healing energy, it's very, it's very positive. So this is what you're hoping for, right? You're hoping for everything to work out. And there's news coming in. This is very fast-paced news. This is change. Change is in the air. Text messaging, messages coming in, emailing, whatever this is that you've been waiting for. It's like by the end of the month, it's coming in for you. And with the overall energy of the Ten of Cups, it's the happily ever after card, right? It's the happy home and family. It's wish fulfillment with the, this beautiful, look at how happy they look, the family on the card. So Suit of Cups, water energy, it has to do with emotions, feelings, relationships. And this is, all is right within the house, household, within the family. There's a great focus on, or there's a great sense of harmony and balance. And, everything is very harmonious, right? And you find that it's like whatever you're manifesting, it's bringing you to this sense of, ultimate fulfillment. Tens in the tarot are endings. They're also culminations. It's sort of the the ultimate in cups, right? So you've reached the pinnacle, you're this ultimate happiness and fulfillment card. And then what comes after it is, it goes back to the Ace of Cups, new beginnings. So, endings, you have 2 10s here. I was just looking over your spread. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcanas, 2 10s, 1 ace. So, looking at the spread as a whole, you're reaching, you're kind of coming to the end of something, finishing out one chapter, one cycle in your life. And, obviously this is going to be different for you. There's a definite focus here on home, family. So possibly what you're trying to manifest, it could significantly affect not just you, but your family as well, right? And I think you're trying to come up with the right way to do something. You're trying to come up with, this clarity of mind. Possibly there's news coming in here. This news, it could be this new beginning. It could be a new way of thinking, but it could be, a new job offer. It could be this news or something that kind of pushes you towards this new beginning, whether this is in your career, or just life in general, right? Now let's take a look at your oracle cards. You have, from the Soulful Woman deck, card number 7, Loving from the Inside. And it says, it is a blessing to give myself the gift of my own presence. And from the Sacred Traveler deck, View from Above. Get the big picture. So let's take a look at the Soulful Woman card first. I like to read the full description for the oracle cards. And this one says, I start with myself. As I practice turning my loving attention inwards rather than outwards, I nourish a loving presence within my own body. I might start by simply closing my eyes and putting my attention on an area that feels central within me, my heart, my solar plexus, or my belly. With each breath, I allow my awareness to rest there, away from outer distractions or pressures. My inner space is sacred. It is a blessing to give myself the gift of my own presence, to turn my focus inwards and sense into the depth of my own essence. Within me pulses a delicious life force that holds its own unique frequency of subtleties and sensations. This is my practice of loving from the inside, to feel united within and to embrace the aliveness of all my senses. Okay, and the view from above, this one says, don't get bogged down in details. Let go of petty concerns. Get the big picture. Imagine that you're seeing your life from above. Only do what is truly important. Everything else is inconsequential. Go through each area of your life to look and see what the big picture is. Make major life decisions based on this strategy. The Sacred Traveler wants you to know it's easy to forget what the overall journey is about when the traveler gets caught up in day-to-day survival and the ups and downs of life on the road. It's only when the traveler takes time to look at the big picture that he realizes that most worries and anxieties are only temporary. Imagine yourself in the future. Ask yourself if what you're doing now will be important to your future self. Focusing on these concerns takes up valuable life force energy. Keep your focus directed on the important things in life. Let everything else slip away. Interesting. So, there's definitely a lot of mental energy, right? This definitely sort of reflecting, planning, new perspective, rational mind versus this sort of intuition. So I feel like, on the one hand, there's kind of like this push and pull with the, rational versus you here as, with the very intuitive card of the moon. But, you know, overall, by the time you kind of head into the last couple of weeks of the month, I feel that you're going to get that sort of epiphany, you know, have that aha moment. And then it's like everything's going to just boom, you know, it's all going to start moving for you. So I do hope that the messages have helped. I thank you for joining me today. I look forward to reading for you again. And just know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light for a wonderful February. Bye for now.